Alright, had a few very small hiccups to start there, but you know what? It's fine. It's ultimately fine. Let's go ahead and get the game loaded up here, get me loaded up here, get all that fun stuff loaded up here, you know, all that great stuff. Hello, viewers. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. We are here to continue our shiny hunting adventure through all the routes in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and then eventually Let's Go Pikachu. Spoiler alert. But we are in Viridian Forest trying to still get the luxurious Pikachu and the elusive Bulbasaur. We have had no luck with either one of them yet. Haven't exceeded our longest streak of a chain or our lowest streak of both Spearow and Rattata and everything like that, but we'll see if those records either get broken today or not. I mean, this is the best chance for anybody to tentatively beat Rattata there, because every time we do start over, obviously, the chain is also restarting. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, everybody's having a good day. If you guys missed out, we did do a stream earlier today, Pokemon Y, just getting that going again. We are doing a relay lock, so very interesting. If you guys want to know more about that, definitely go check that out. I'm also going to pause really quick because I'm, for some reason, getting no YouTube data. Why am I getting no YouTube data? Everything's fine there. Okay. I think we're okay. I think it just needed a little YouTube buffer there. But anyway, yeah, we did do a Pokemon Y stream earlier. If you guys want to go check out that Nuzlocke, definitely go check it out. It's got all the rules and everything like that in the description. It's been a lot of fun doing that one, but it's got definitely my brain working for sure. But yeah, we're going to continue our Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Route Shiny Lock, or Ultra Route Shiny Lock. What was that? I saw that, like, there was something right here that sparkled. Anyway. We will apologize that it's been a little bit since we have streamed. We did address that in the other stream, but I can readdress it. But basically, we had a modem that went down for a couple weeks that we had to get replaced, and we ultimately had to get it replaced twice, which was not ideal. And then my youngest daughters had some basically night terrors, we'll call it that, that have made me want to make sure she's getting sleep throughout the night, plus being able to make sure my wife and eldest get sleep as well. So favoring those time with that, as much as what may seem like an hour of streaming shouldn't seem like much to do. Again, I do not want it to ever take away from what my family may need, so they will always come first and foremost. So, and I don't have the easiest capabilities of just, you know, trying to get out the, you know, room that I'm in right now. If I can either find a way to better fit the chair that I'm currently sitting in to be able to get out of said room, then yes, absolutely, I could potentially see that being okay. But for now, we are going to, like I said, favor family still and everything. But don't get me wrong, I do definitely want to stream more, get in the flow of stuff. I just know we're in that rough period until August rolls around, to where it's just, you know, a little bit harder. But once August does roll around, we will definitely have some more midday streams, potentially, as long as housework and everything like that is taken care of. Because both my girls will be in full-time school at that point. So from the time they go to school to when I go to work, I will have free. And like I said, mind you, as long as house stuff and everything else life-wise is taken care of, then I can absolutely, you know, do streams of at minimum an hour, if not more, for things. So I am not seeing. Oh, there's a Pikachu. I don't believe I hit the Pikachu there. Other than that, if there's been any other hiccups, it's just been playing the, we call it the Catch-22 game of, like, what sounds like the best thing actually to do right now. So say if I did maybe had an hour or more of time that, you know, my daughter did stay asleep, or we didn't have any issues or anything like that, or whatever, it's like, oh, I could use that time to catch up on housework, catch up on shows I've been missing out on, whatever have you, get more sleep, things like that. So we have favored one of those realities every time we haven't streamed. Either choosing to get more sleep, get caught up on house stuff, catch up on old shows that I need to catch up on, new shows maybe, whatever have you. Maybe those that are in full-time life understand, and that are definitely parents and stuff, but my eldest is about to turn the age of what was my nephew when we first ever started YouTube, which I think is just crazy to think in my head. Just try to wrap my brain around that my eldest is about to be the same age as what my nephew was when we first started this channel. If he's watching this right now, it probably just blew his mind as well. But yeah, I'm like, ooh, we could try to recapture what was the start of the journey, you know, where we had 3 of us kind of gaming at the same time, because he was technically the youngest of the group. Technically, he had an older brother that was a year older than him that was also around that same time. So technically, you know, almost say I could have the identical situation once my eldest goes 1 more year farther and my youngest gets a year older, but they have a 2-year difference, unlike the 2 nephews I have, which have a year difference between them. But yeah, I'm like, part of me is like, ooh, do I get them involved with me with content creation stuff? But if I do, I definitely think it would be in a format where it might not have tentatively cameras. I don't know. I could see it either way. I definitely want to protect my kids first and foremost, so, but again, you know, it's hard not seeing, you know, kid YouTubers or family YouTube channels out there, you know, that feature kids of all different ages, so I guess I get it, but I don't know. I'll probably debate on it, but I definitely want to even ask them if they would even want to have a reality in that situation. And if they did, it would be just, you know, them playing along with stuff like this, or experiencing some stuff, or picking out the stuff like we did when I had it with my nephews, where we played Wii Party, Mario Party, you know, whatever have you. That we first created the channel, that's what we started out with, was those multiplayer games, family playing games, and probably bringing that one. And hello, Jasper. Welcome out to the channel, the stream, whatever you want to call this fantastic mess. We'll call it that. Sure, why not? And yes, I am currently shiny hunting. I am shiny hunting both Pikachu and Bulbasaur, whoever decides to actually show up first. We are doing a Ultra Route shiny hunt. If you don't know what that means, yes, you can check it in the description, but I could just tell you and make it life easier. But basically, we go route by route. We must capture all the shinies in said route before we can move on to the next route. Similar to a Professor Oak challenge, but the only difference between that and the Professor Oak challenge is that we're literally locked in the route we are in. Professor Oak challenge means you can just basically, you know, you catch wherever you want to go. You can basically go wherever you want to go, whereas this one, literally, I'm only on you know, Viridian Forest route. I cannot go to Route 1, I can't go to Route 2, can't go to Route 3, whatever. Insert other routes here. I must stay in Viridian Forest to capture said Pokemon before moving out of Viridian Forest to the next route after this. I didn't even honestly know about Professor Oak Challenge until well after this idea was crafted 4 or 5 years ago, whenever I tentatively first ever came up with it. And yes, I do love the chocolate of shiny Alolan Raichu. It is very, like a dark chocolate vibe, or whatever you want to call it. But yes, I do like Alolan Raichu. Honestly, how do you get? You have to trade it, right? Is that how that works? You have to get Raichu and trade it for the Alolan Raichu in this game, I'm pretty sure. What the heck? So that'll be one of those full odds hunts, I think. So I think the anything that is a Alolan form has that. The Meowth, the Geodude, the Sandslash, things like that. You have to like trade them into a random NPC in the Pokemon Center, I'm pretty sure. But I do remember when we first came up with this idea 4 years ago, when we first had the idea, it was like, oh, you can just run wherever you want to, go wherever you want to, and just see what random ones come up with. But then I was like, I don't know, I guess it felt more challenging or more something in my head to be like, no, I want to make myself trapped in the route and not be able to get out of the route without catching all the shinies. As much as you could be like, well, but if you did Route 2 and Viridian Forest and Route 4 all at the same time, you see more Pokemon tentatively and maybe are resetting faster and moving through the game faster. I don't know. It just sounded better to go route by route. So maybe I don't miss something. I don't know. I still debate on it to this day which route was the right route, but either way. I still have a massive love for these type of games, and I wanted to shiny hunt one game, and it was between... I originally did Heart Gold, Soul Silver as my shiny hunting one, but obviously those are like 1 in 8,000 odds, and it was like ridiculous to even try to do. I mean, we did the shiny starter hunt, so, you know, we had something going for us, but yeah, after doing that, I was like, no, let's go to some of these easier ones. And it was between Dynamax Adventures and this, and I was like, yeah, I kind of feel like this is a little bit more faster. Dynamax Adventures are very much time-consuming. I think they're technically a little bit better odds unless I get my chain and my lure and all that other stuff, but it's like 1 in 100, I think, is the initial odds for those, and then can be as low as, what, 1 in 25? For Dynamax Adventures? I don't know. Don't ask me, I'm not a shiny expert. Oh, there's our first Bulbasaur spotting. How you doing, Bulba? Hope you're having a wonderful day in the grass. Speaking of grass, I need to mow my grass tomorrow. I know that's probably randomly off topic, but you know what? It kind of relates. We're staring at grass. You know, it relates somehow. It rained earlier today, so it should be dried up by now to where I could cut it tomorrow. So I need to cut this grass. Get a little trim going. Of course, second I throw it, he lunges. The funny thing is that happened. I forget when it was, but there was a stream. We were chaining the Pikachu, and a shiny Bulbasaur did appear, which would technically be a full odds one. And it did the flee animation, so we did not get it. But it did happen. It did legitimately happen. We didn't get 100 Jade, though. I forget how many Pikachu we had when that shiny Bulbasaur appeared. But it has happened where we had a chain of a Pokemon and a different Pokemon appeared. We have not had it happen, though, where we've chained a Pokemon and a Pokemon we already owned appeared. We still haven't had that one happen. We also haven't had a shiny of a, big or small variety. We've just had normal Pokemon so far. We haven't seen a shiny it's huge or a shiny it's tiny. Of course, Science has just literally started when we got into Viridian Forest, so I guess that makes sense, but still. Just interesting notes about the shiny venture so far. Are you doing a Alolan Grimer or regular Grimer? I'm assuming if you're doing the same game I am, then it's regular Grimer, but you never know. You could be playing Sun and Moon right now and going for a Alolan Grimer. It's probably in, like, some random route or SOS hunting. I don't know. Gotcha. So you're doing the Grimer trades or whatever. Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. I know there was another small part of me that was like, oh, if I could just rush all the way to Fuchsia, I pretty much own a good majority of the Kanto shinies in Pokemon Go that I could kind of like cheese the game to, own majority of the shinies in this game and see. Basically, I just wanted a shiny dex of some kind. I know it's not a living dex, but still, I just thought it sounded fun. But yeah, I was still, my whole mind was like, no, I want to legitimately feel like I'm shiny hunting. And again, yeah, I just added that twist of the route part. Because again, if I didn't do the route part, Again, I know it wasn't called Professor Oak's Challenge back in the day, but still, it would basically just be the Professor Oak Challenge. I do not know what it was called 5 years ago. Yeah, we did this for like a few months, about 5 years in the past, and then life happened. We'll just say that, and then different things happened, and then I was like, you know what? I want to bring that back. I want to actually complete that. It was like the one project that I did not complete, so it's like, you know what? I'm bringing it back. It's coming back. I want to do it, so. And we've legitly gotten every shiny we had back then, so even though we did it extremely faster back then. But that's how odds work, my friends. Sometimes you can have great luck, and other times you can have the worst luck ever. I know a friend that was shiny hunting Darkrai, and he went extreme, like almost 5 times over odds. So technically, eventually, yes, I will be able to take out a ride Pokemon so that I can go faster. Same with using a lure or things like that to make my odds better. But I do not have a ride Pokemon yet, because I just legitimately started a new save, all that stuff going around. So the first ride Pokemon we will encounter would be Shiny Onix. That will be the first ride Pokemon we will technically be able to get. And hello, sad lyrics. Hopefully they're not too sad, because I don't know why. You know what? No, sometimes we just need those sad lyrics. We need like what's a good sad song. I don't know. The first song that literally came to my head was "Wind Beneath My Wings," because that was like my grandma's funeral song. So dark, 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 whatever. Anyway, back to shiny hunting, guys. Yeah. But yeah, eventually I will not mind using the lures and using the ride Pokemon and using whatever other methods to make it go rapidly faster, because odds drastically improve with all those methods. We can't buy lures until after we beat Brock. I'm pretty sure it's near Cerulean is when you can buy lures to even increase the odds anyway. We technically do have a lure. We have one singular lure in the bag, but I was keeping it for Bulbasaur because Bulbasaur is the rare spawn in this route. Pikachu, way up there. Of course you are. Stop running away from me. But yeah, the odds and everything like that should be on the right side of the screen. I think I put them over there. Did I put them over there? Hang on, let me catch this Pikachu before I verify my own information. Yes. So if we have no chain going, the odds are 1 in 4,096. If we have, all the other chains, blah, 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 you see them. So without a lure, it's a 1 in 341 chance. With a lure, it's 1 in 315. It's not that drastic. It basically lowers it by like 50 rolls, but, it's something. And then again, like he said, we get ride Pokemon and things like that. It'll make it just go faster and faster. And eventually we will reach a point where we might get to Fuchsia and be able to skip up. Because I said to myself, if we do legitly reach Fuchsia and I have more Pokemon at that point to transfer from Pokemon Go, I'm going to call that fair game. Because I've reached the point where I can transfer them in. But yeah. The longest hunt, besides these, that's coming up will be the Magikarp hunt. Magikarp is a full odds reset one. And then it'll go back to what we're doing like right now with the Onix and whoever else is in the cave. there. I know, I think Charmander's in the route outside the cave. I don't know. Again, I don't know all my routes memorized. I know this route we're in right now has Bulbasaur, Pikachu, Bellsprout, the bugs, besides like Pinsir and stuff. Pikachu, you're supposed to cooperate. But Bulbasaur's the rare spawn, Pikachu's the next rarest, and then it's the Beedrill and those type as the other ones that are rare, like Pikachu. And once you get a chain of like 10 of them, I believe that's what increases the odds of them spawning. I don't know. There's a bunch of weird underlying things you can technically do to help yourself out. And like I said, I'm doing as much as I physically can. I feel like I might be doing something wrong. There might be something I'm doing wrong, but not overly intentionally trying to make it to where it's, you know, hard per se, but not also making it super easy to just get shinies. Because again, if I was just going to make this easy, I'd just go to Fuchsia right now in my other save that I have completed and just be like, here's all my shinies from Pokemon Go, and have like at minimum 50% of the Pokedex completed. you don't see these level 50 Pokemon. You don't see them. No. So what has happened? Just to clarify this. So yes, we started brand new save, brand spanking new from the start of the game. And yes, they are legitimately level 60 Pokemon we have reached by Viridian Forest. So what is happening, every time we're catching a Pikachu or anything we're chaining, we're gaining experience. And the only Pokemon allowed in my party are my shiny Pokemon. I'm not allowed to have anybody else in my party. Hence why they're all like, you know, 50 something, whatever. Because they're just my legitimate party that are just here that have leveled up that much. That's how much Pokemon I've changed. Over this time. Yeah. Hang on. Just hang on. Let's just have a little fun here. Let's just have a little bit of fun. Just a little bit. Hang on. Just go with me. All right. I want you just to look at this Bellsprout. Okay. I want you to look at Bellsprout. Okay. This is just Bellsprout, mind you. Bellsprout. Okay. We caught 1,451 freaking Bellsprout before we caught a shiny one. That's just Bellsprout. Okay, so just think, even if those were 10 experience points, you know, that's what, 10,000 experience and points, you know, at bare, or well, just times that number by 10. It's 14,510 experience points just from Bellsprout if he was just 10 experience points. Yeah, you see how this adds up. That's just Bellsprout. That's just. Weeping Bell involves with a stone. Weeping Bell involves with a leaf stone, which is why he's not Victory Bell. So I have to make sure Weeping Bell is out of my party and in a box at like level 98. Technically, yes, I could just put all these in a box right now, and then they would just stay at the level they are. But then all these level whatever Pikachu that I'm catching just keep leveling up. It's just an annoying process, learning the moves, learning all that stuff. It promise you it's much faster to have these overpowered mons as my party members. And my thought was, once I got over 6, I would start using the ones in my box to kind of like make it a challenge again. Brock's going to be the only exception to the rule because there was only some. Well, I guess technically I could have Bulbasaur and Pikachu as my new team members to take on Brock. That way I'm not just, going against Brock with, a level 62 Raticate that would, can just tackle it and probably take him out. I just didn't want to deal with all the leveling ups and all the, hey, do you want to learn this move? No. Yeah, it's just, if you go back and watch our beginning of our shiny hunting with the beginning Pokemon, you'll see the tediousness that was like, well, we caught a Pidgey. Pidgey was added to your party. Oh, Pidgey leveled up to level 4. Pidgey leveled up. Oh, you wanted to learn Gust? Are you sure you don't want to learn Gust? Yes, I'm sure I don't want to learn Gust. Oh, guess what? The next Pidgey is also leveled up to level 4. Do you want to learn Gust? Yes, I want to. I guess every time you had to go through the menus with every individual, it was just annoying. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just keeping these overpowered mons on here, so I just don't have to worry with the menus anymore. But yeah, technically, Brock will be battled with, what, a level probably... I mean, Pikachu will have a couple levels, because he'll level up with the Bulbasaur chain, obviously. But we'll cut it in half. We'll say probably like a level 30-ish Pikachu and a level 5 Bulbasaur. That will be the only two Pokemon I will be taking, or whatever level Bulbasaur is when I catch him, for Brock. Yes, Brock will still ultimately suffer, but it won't be... Okay, for some reason I thought I saw that like sparkle for like 2 seconds, and I was like, that's not a different color. What is going on? But anyway. Yeah. Brock won't suffer as much as it would have been if it was my level like 60 whoever, Weepy Bell. But once we get to Erica, we can evolve that Weeping Bell, okay? You know. But yeah, legitimately, once I get either Pikachu or Bulbasaur, they are immediately replacing that Weeping Bell. Or if it reaches level 98 before so. But yeah, as you saw on that whatever, like how Bellsprout had 1,400 chain like Pokemon caught. The reason it's not the longest chain is Spearow was caught consecutively, like how this is going, where it's up by each number, up by each number. Spearow was consistently that number continuously going up. Bellsprout had different chains. So Bellsprout had a chain of like 400 at one point, then I went to something else. Then he had another chain of like 300 or so, went to something else, because, you know, yeah, just you play the, oh, maybe going for this Pokemon instead is going to give me better luck. And yeah, after Bellsprout's incident, I just kept being like, you know what, no, I'm going to be stubborn and just stick with one Pokemon alone. And every time my Switch either updates or resets or loses its battery or whatever, obviously you lose your chain. So, or if I want to play a different game, godforsaken, you know, my kids want to play Mario Kart. Yes, I could technically go backtrack to the route over there by Viridian City and go like destroy my rival with my level 60 Pokemon if I wanted to, but then therefore I would have to say I'm going out of route order to do that. And I wanted to go Route 1, Route 2, Route 3, Route 4, Route 5, you know, go in number order. That was kind of my thought. So technically the route left of Viridian City is Route, I think, like 20 something. So that's why I didn't go that way. But yes, technically I could go just kick anybody's butt with these level 60s Pokemon. They won't see it coming. I mean, technically, whenever I first entered this forest, I probably still had level 40-something Pokemon when I bought the first trainer. Because there's obviously trainers in here that I had to battle to get to where I'm at currently. I legitimately just placed myself closest to the exit to Viridian Forest, and once I found the two that I need here, I could just get out and go. So yeah, Route 1 was Pidgey, Bellsprout, and Rattata before I could exit that one. Route 2 is just Caterpie and Weedle, and then this route is now Pikachu and Bulbasaur. That is all. That is all the Pokemon. So legitimately, we've only caught 6 Pokemon, but with evolutions and everything like that, that's where we got in the number we're at right now. Hopefully that makes sense. Try to answer all the questions before they come out of the woodwork. I actually am curious how many Pikachus I've caught, because I've done a couple separate chains with Pikachu as well, too. I don't know if it's at Bellsprout level, but it might be up there. Could be over. Could be wrong. Pikachu's been going for a hot minute. We've only failed 2 shinies, and they were both shiny Bulbasaurs. One, we don't know 1,000,000% if we failed it. It literally almost looked like a glitch happened. It's in one of my shorts when it happened. But for sure I failed. a shiny Bulbasaur the one of the times because it's that one for sure. I know I encountered it and it ran away. Let's just see really quick. Wow, there's no Pikachu spawning. How many Pikachu have I seen? Can you see my box? Yeah, hold on. I will say, just before I do show you my box, I do release every 50 Pokemon. Every 50 Pokemon I go release them to Oak, so I will not have all those old Bellsprouts and Spearows and whatever else I've encountered, just as an FYI, because I do think about that to sell the candies to buy more balls. Anyway, oh, we've only encountered 800 Pikachu. That's not that bad. We're not even close to Bellsprout rank, but yeah, I can show you my box right now. Let's go ahead. Go to the party. Go to the box. Did I not press the right button? Oh, I did not press the right button. Look at all those Pikachu. Hello, Pikachu, Pikachu. See, it's not that full. It ends about right there. But that's because, again, I release, and then I star all the ones that are shiny. And obviously you can't get rid of the Eevee either. Or else he would not be there. Eevee has to be there because it's part of the, the game. Kinda need it. It doesn't even give you the option to release it. Thank you, Bulbasaur. This is the part that bugs me. The long droughts of being like, should I just gone out the door and resetted the route at this point? Because there's not been a Pikachu in a hot minute. But then there's that, where it's like, oh, there he is. Yeah, he's covered in the candy or whatever you want to call it. Whenever, I'll give you, hang on, I can give you the exact number once we catch this Pikachu. I can give you how many Pokemon Professor Oak has received. So right now it was 1,400 for Bellsprout. Anybody want to try to take a guess at how many Pokemon we've legitly caught? It's 800 for Pikachu, and it's 1,400 for Bellsprout. That does not include all the encounters for Caterpie, Weedle, Rattata, and Pidgey. Right? That's who I'm missing here? Yeah. You technically see Spearow too on the screen. Because it's the 800 whatever number. How many Pokemon do you think I have sent to this lovely professor? So I can tell you it right now. I have sent him 5,000. You're doubling it, but you know what? That's not a bad guess. I have caught 5,113 Pokemon. So there you go, 5,000. It was half your guess, so that Because you gotta think, Rattata obviously was only like 60 encounters. That was super fast. It was all great and dandy, and everything seemed to. You know what's funny? Is Rattata was the first one. That was the first one we chained, and all that stuff. So everything seemed like it was gonna be the greatest shiny hunting ever, because it was like boom, immediate. Only a few encounters over the odds and stuff like that, and then came everybody else after, which has been like 100 or more at least. I mean, Spearow and Bellsprout alone should have just shown you how, whatever, chains or not, still encountering 1,400 or 800 or whatever you want to say without a shiny, I think is criminal. When the odds are 1 in 300 at the best or 1 in 4,000 at the worst. Stop stalking me. Pikachu. Not Bulbasaur. I said Pikachu. Unless you were shiny, then I would okay. Pikachu. There you are. Okay, once we get this Pikachu, the odds are at its best they can be without a lure. Took us 30 minutes to get there. That's usually why I try my ultra best to not let people use my Switch when I have a chain and stuff like that, because it's like, obviously, all that effort to get here to get to the best odds take 30 minutes to do so, usually at the least. But, you know, again, I have kids, I have, you know, life. I like to game even when I'm not streaming it, so, you know, it happens where those chains break. I don't know what the longest chain of Pikachus has been, honestly. But just know nothing has broken Spiro's record. Oh, squeezing my head. Just imagine though if I still had all 15, I mean it doesn't even hold that much in the box, but if I did somehow have a way to have all 15,000 Pokemon still in that Pokemon box, be insane. Where was that ball going? Lunge. Do it. Thank you. Need a drinky poo. But yeah, so far I've only done 2 shiny hunting series, but I have caught shiny Pokemon in many other series that weren't shiny hunting adventures. I have my biggest odds one was a shiny Metapod, I believe it was, in Fire Red. And it is on camera. It was in our Pokemon Road to ZA series. I mean, back then it was Pokemon Road to Sword and Shield, if that dates me by any means. But yeah, I got a full odds 1 in 8,000 shiny Metapod in my Fire Red series, which was freaking crazy. Maybe that's where all my luck went. Sometimes, yeah, I do try to do that, blame the luck I've had in other games of why I've, you know, had bad luck at times at this game. It's like, oh, I got like 5 shinies on Pokemon Community Day, even though the odds are boosted, and that's why I didn't get a shiny in Let's Go. Although I didn't participate in like the last 2 community days on Pokemon Go, so whoopsies. Can't help when I have to work during the hours it's during. It's getting hot in this room, too. Need to plug my fan back in. It's literally right next to me. It should take me like 2 seconds, but I would have to figure out what to unplug to plug it in. Where is my Eevee? It should be. Is it in my box? I think it's in my box. I mean, that Eevee got all the experience until I had the team of 6. So what level is the Eevee out of curiosity, I guess? It's right there. Oh, it's also level 60. But that one was totally like the only thing gaining experience until I had the team of 6 shinies that I have now. What do you mean, where's my Eevee? It's on my head. Do you think if I did the whole, like, pet or feed Eevee thing right now, he'd be PO'd? I feel like he'd be PO'd. I feel like Eevee is beyond mad at me right now. If I were to do the play with Eevee function. Especially with me catching Pikachu in his game. Surely he'd be mad about that one. What do you mean you're catching Pikachu in Let's Go Eevee? Well, Eevee, it's sorry that your route isn't until the, well, it's the bicycle path, but whatever it's called in this game. 999 Great Balls. You know what? I have to make sure I'm always stocked to the maximum. And then every now and then I have to go to this bag and look at my candy jar and make sure these aren't getting... See, look, I already maxed out that one. See, I'm wasting money. Right now I am wasting money. Because every time that hits 999, I cannot collect another quick candy, whereas I could go sell all those 999, get some cash, and have it reset again to get another 999, whatever, to sell again. That's how I get my money to buy the balls. Sell the candy. Candy salesman. Usually I can get to 50 before it maxes me out, but apparently not today since that Pikachu was not shiny. That means I'm safe to exit the route. Only the next Pikachu that spawns is the one with the greater odds, so that is one thing that this game did prove to us with the debugging method, or whatever that person did. It's only the spawn directly after your most recent chain to Pokemon is the one with the increased odds, not every single Pokemon. Why'd I go in the Pokemon Center to sell my candies? Don't ask me. I'm here to sell, and yes, I have $1 million. Just a solid million. So when I can get all those outfits for Pikachu, I'll be set. Might as well just empty the bag now, right? I mean, I'm here. Literally the only thing I keep are the balls and the raspberries. Because you never know when I might need just one measly raspberry. I don't even think I'll even use those potions. Send to Professor, please. Yeah, I try to utilize every single bit of money I can get, everything I can do to possibly give me the best chance to continue this adventure forward. It was a lot of fun in the beginning, trying to keep money going. It's all good. Some people like to lurk, you know, and that's fine. I've been a lurker in streams before where you just kind of hang out and just, you know, watch. You don't have to always chat. You can just hang here, vibe, whatever it may be. Maybe they had a long day at work. Maybe their fingers are tired. I mean, I know for sure. I've been in many streams myself where I just like watching the person. It's like, do I really? I mean, if something comes up to where I feel like I need to talk about it, sure, I'll talk about it. But otherwise, yeah, I don't mind if someone just is watching me. I don't care if they're using me as background noise and they're washing their dishes right now. Like, whatever they want to do. I'm just here. I'm vibing. You know, and we've said this since day one, whether there is nobody watching or whether there's millions watching, we love what we're doing. If it's helping somebody, then extra awesome. I love just, you know, like I said, I don't care if I'm background noise. I don't care if I'm event section, you know, for somebody. I don't care, you know, if you're having a good day, bad day. We're here to help however the best we can. Whether it gives you a laugh, a smile, a person to talk to, whatever it may be for you. We can be that person as best we can be. Obviously, we're not a professional by any means, but, you know, that's been always our motto, is that, you know what, we're just here having a good time. Whether I was a YouTube streamer or not, I'd be doing this exact same thing. So why not, if I'm going to do this, put it in front of a camera, and maybe it helps one other person out there with their day. Lets them escape, lets them, you know, have somebody to talk to, makes them maybe know, hey, I'm not the only one that likes Pokemon, you know, shiny hunting, catching, and whatever else. Oh man, this dude looks funny. I want to watch him, blah, blah, blah. You know, whatever the vibe is for the reason that someone clicked on my video. Awesome, you know? And even if they're here being like, you smell weird, or your voice sounds funny, I don't like when you do the loud voices, it wakes up my cat. I am fine with that. You are all welcome to your own opinions, and if you don't like it, you know what? There's probably at least another, you know, 1,000 somewhere on this network you could go watch, whether they're alive or not. But if you want to be here and
still yap at me badly, then fine. You know what? I'll be that guy for you. I'll be that guy you can yell at. I'll be that guy you can, you know, talk crap about. I don't care. That's what you need for your day. Maybe that helps them in whatever bad mojo they've got going on. Get all these Pikachu now. Do do ba da ba da da do. Do need to eventually set back up with my video game music and not whatever this is called. Lo-fi, is that what this is called? Lo-fi music? I mean, not that the lo-fi is bad. I mean, it's technically nighttime for me. Maybe people are just, you know, falling asleep to this, and the lo-fi music is helping. Maybe my voice is doing something for them. Oh, so many Pikachu. Which is not a bad thing. The only thing I'm usually not okay with is when people belittle others. But again, you know, everybody has a right to their opinion. We always try to, you know, try to be the middleman in most situations. But there are some people that are just, you know, prone to just making other people have a bad time. I was just gonna see if one of them walked into me. I don't walk to them; they come to me. All right, Pikachu. If you want to beat this Rattata, you better be shining here soon. Or me just keep missing balls and you run away and reset my chain. I mean, that would work too, technically. Oh, wait, shoot, Rattata was 40. Why did I think it was 60? I am stupid. Okay, well, you can't beat Rattata. Never mind, just kidding. But you could still be a low number. You could be less than 100. That'd be cool. That'd make somebody happy. That guy that, you know, watches my video with his Superman shirt on, he'd be happy. I legitimately only said that because I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt. Anybody got any snacks they're snacking on out there? Go for a snack right about now. Do I even have... Oh, I guess I do have some gummies over there. Like, do I even have snacks in this room anymore? I used to. I am just a guy that just casually has, you know, the same level Pokemon as your Cynthia, your, you know, Leon, your insert other, you know, late game trainers here. I think it was in early Pokemon Red and Blue, though. You could not. It would like legitimately like glitch the game if you had a Charmeleon before Brock. Nowadays, they're like, you want to battle Brock with level 99? Go for it. There was a way to just have nobody in my party and just, you know, freeball it, then I would definitely just do that, but there is sadly not. Where was that ball going? I am, though, curious, because I'm going to put myself out there a little bit here, but I do not own a Switch 2, but if I ever do come across one that falls, you know, into my hands for somehow, some way, that isn't, you know, sold out or blah, 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 if I'll lose my save data. Because I know there was one person in this world that had a Let's Go save, and they transferred all their data, and they lost it. And it's happened to me too. When I did my original Switch to my Switch OLED transfer, I lost all my Let's Go data. It's like certain save data does stay in the save data cloud, but other ones just don't. And usually it is these type of Pokemon games. But I guess I would be smart and try to put them all in home beforehand, but I still wonder if I would just have to, you know, basically start again. I mean, legitimately I wouldn't. If, say, I were to do the Switch 2 and have it tomorrow, and I would lose everything type deal. I would just be like, well, I have what I have caught, you know, type deal, and then just continue forward and just transfer them in. Yeah, I know there was one guy, I think he lost, I forget how many Pokemon he lost. It was up there. I'm generally curious if it would run maybe better. I don't know. I know some Pokemon games have improved, but I don't think this was one of them. I think this one's same performance. Dig it. Kind of like I'm getting a living dex. The difference between the living dex and what I'm doing is the living dex would have one of every single Pokemon, whereas I'm just getting the final evolutions. So I'm not getting Caterpie and Metapod and Butterfree. I'm just getting Butterfree. I will catch initially shiny Caterpie, evolve it up to Butterfree, if that makes sense. I'm not having to shiny hunt for each individual. There might be a day I do a living dex type deal, but that is not right now. If it were to be in any game, it would be this game because it would be one that would already be, you know, heavily started. But I don't foresee me doing that. Having like a, oh, I'm going to have a shiny Bulbasaur in my dex, I'm going to have a shiny Ivysaur in my dex, I'm going to have a shiny Venusaur in my dex, so on and so forth. Like, nope, I'll just have the final evolutions and be happy with it. But it will be a completed Pokédex. I know there's a Pikachu like way up there, but I don't. I'm like, nah, I want to just stay up down here. And you're all good. Don't worry. No worries on typos or things like that. I can usually typically figure it out, and if I can't, then I'll ask about it. Melmetal and Meltan and Melmetal is the other category. Mew is part of the 151. So it's the OG original 151, the Alolan forms, and then Meltan and Melmetal, which you can only get through Pokemon Go. So you have to do like the box, and then transfer them to Pokemon Go to catch them, to transfer them back into Let's Go. Oh, something weird like that. Yeah, technically Meltan and Melmetal are not in a... Because even when you look them up on, you know, your Pokedexes, they're not even in a generation, which is kind of weird. Dang it, stop lunging the second I want to throw the ball. I know I need to be more patient, blah, 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 but, you know, he could also be cooperative. Legitly almost can't even see that Caterpie. And to anybody out there, you're always welcome to ask anything or whatever. I'm always usually pretty much always open to any and all questions. I mean, within reason, obviously. I'm sure there's a few questions out there that I would not answer, but still, I will always do my best to answer any question. Or give, you know, whatever best advice I can. I'm not going to say it's always going to 100% give you the answer you were hoping for, but it's going to be just the best answer I can give. To the best of my abilities. So if, you know, you come to me and be like, what's a good thing to say to a really attractive girl? And I'm like, you know what, just hit him with the A. And you go out to the, you know, your girl and you go, A, and she slaps you in the face. Fine, you can blame me a little bit. Alright, you know what, that's fair. But I'm not saying all my advice is going to be the best. I would not legitimately say that, but I'm just saying. Just giving an example of, you ask me for something, I do give you said advice, and then you go do it, and it doesn't work out in your favor. Not everything works out, okay? This is real life. Why do I still have my keyboard even on my lap? That's a great question of the day. I'm not typing anything right now. I was about an hour ago, but so when I was playing Pokemon Y, I needed my keyboard to play. But playing Let's Go, I can just use my controller. Yay, controllers, yay. Yeah, legitimately the only way I can get Shiny Mew is from Pokemon Go. The only way I can get Shiny Meltan and Melmetal is Pokemon Go. I do have Shiny Mew in Pokemon Go. I do not have Shiny Meltan or Melmetal, so that one will be legitimately hunted during this adventure, but yeah. And you're all good if you have to leave or bounce out or anything like that. If you're getting sleepy or whatever, no hard feelings. Like I said, people got lives, people got things to do, places to go, things to see, whatever. No hard feelings. But if you stop back by and I'm still alive, I'll be here to still talk with. If not, then I definitely will see you later. Hope you have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. So, completely understandable. No hard feelings. Never feel bad for having to go do what you got to do. As someone that has a whole family and a life and a full-time job and all that, trust me, I would get it more than anybody. Pikachu, stop it. How to properly take that. Oh god, it's always such a bitter taste. We have officially hit the hour mark, which means we have reached the minimum stream length we usually go for. I will say, I have a little tiny bit of feeling that I'm kind of like Team Rocket trying to get this one exclusive Pikachu and I just can't do it. But you know what? Maybe one day I'll get that rare episode in the Sun and Moon arc and win. I mean, ultimately they still fail an episode later, but you know, spoilers. Check my candy count before I get too excited here. Oh, I'm so glad I checked my candy count. I was almost maxed out. It is usually about every 20 to 25 that I max out my candies. Nimbly dodge that Pidgey. Hello, shopkeep. I am here to sell all of my quick candies. They are doing nothing but taking up space in my bag. Just do that for now. Go ahead and restock my balls. Hello. At least get to 75 encounters, maybe up to 100. We'll see. We'll see how I'm vibing after 75. Take it, Pidgey. Right in my side. I do have a pretty busy-ish day tomorrow. Going to a baseball game with my family in the evening. I don't know what we're doing prior to that. I don't know if we have any necessarily plans. I know my city has like a little market thing in the morning, so we could go venture out to. I'd have to look at my calendar to see if there's anything else planned wise. Have to go to the library tomorrow. I'm gonna actually check while I'm at there to see if they have any museum passes. I know they usually give those out for free, so I might check that out. Try to check out some more what this state has to offer. I don't like when they spawn over there, by the way. I don't like that. Caterpie, why'd you touch me? Do it. Do the lungy thingy. Do it. Do it. Stop flipping. Oh my god, I'm about to throw it and he's gonna do it. Okay, thankfully he didn't. So I need to add. Did I add Jesper to my nickname list? I didn't. Need to be smart. Be a good content creator. Dang it, Pikachu. I always hate how much I have to study each of these Pokemon too. I think they just could have stuck with the swirls for the sizes, not the additional sparkles. Where's this wire connected to? Oh, this is my headphones. Can't disconnect that one. Let's see, what about this wire? Where does this wire go to? Oh, that's my mouse, okay. Now one's my light, one's my keyboard. I have to get a bigger USB plug-in thing. And the current one I have has 4 ports, I think. Yeah, 4. Let's find one that holds up to like 6 to 8. So I can plug my fan in and stuff. So that I'm officially over 75, but I'm obviously committed to the 100 Pikachu bit. So we'll definitely get up to 100 Pikachu before I wrap up, at minimum. Maybe it might go longer, I don't know. We'll just see how it keeps vibing. The absolute longest I will stream for is another 2 hours. I don't know if that's what will happen, but I'm just saying. Although I will say I will debate on maybe wrapping up to do some more recordings that I need to do. So we'll say the longest I'll stream for is another hour, to guarantee I have at least an hour for recordings, if I need to. Why are you guys all up there? Spawn closer to me, please. I feel like I just caught him on the toes. swap sides a little bit more often. Pacha! Dang it. Finally down to one Pikachu spawn. So I do want to check something really quick. Where I'm at on candies. Okay, we're well under. Good. So you can at least get to 90 before my next check. Dig it. Just if I were to unplug anything, it would be my keyboard, wouldn't it? Because I'm not technically using it right now. I'm following. Of course, it's the last one, too. That's funny. Just trying to see, like, if I wanted to hook up my camera, or not my camera, geez, my fan for future use, which thing I could unplug, it would be my keyboard since it's not used for this type of a stream. I couldn't do that during my Pokemon Y streams. I could disconnect my mouse, though, for that. I think. Maybe not. Might need my mouse to click on stuff. Maybe one of my stream lights? I don't know. Check it out. The end here and check how removing a stream light does. Do just have a battery operated one somewhere. I just don't know where it went. Is that where my other charger is? Just found a whole nother charger. I do need that actually. Plug that in right now before I forget about it. Ugh, get in there. Because that's what will charge my game controllers. One time I actually, like, you know, throw it on target. Okay, after the next Pikachu, I need to do an inventory check. Hello, Pikachu. Wait, is that shiny? Is that shiny? Is that shiny? Is that shiny? Shiny Pikachu! Shiny Pikachu, shiny Pikachu, Pikachu, Pikachu. Okay, I've been practicing all day for this. Stay in the ball. 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 Bam! Bam! Okay, legitly, Jasper, don't you lie to me. Don't you lie to me. Did you legitly just come back? Or have you been like, I just, you know, maybe, you know, secretly, you know, just chatting right now. No, I'm just kidding. No, if you just came back, that's the best timing in the freaking world. We legitly just got the shiny Pikachu After however many freaking encounters that was, I don't even know. I did not pay attention. It was, what was my 90th, wasn't it? It was 90? Look at him. Look at him and his majestic... No, don't look at the Eevee. Ignore the Eevee. Just so subtly different, but it's just enough to be... noticeable. Okay, guess what, Pikachu? You are going to the party and replacing lovely Mustard here because I said that was going to happen. Also, I need to add the shiny mark on him because I need to know which one's the shiny one, obviously. And by that means, also, we need to pause. We also need to save. We need to do all the stuff. All the stuff is happening right now. Okay, guess what? Pikachu needs to go bye-bye. Bye-bye, Pikachu. Yay. Hello, Bulbasaur. You are... No, Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur, you are now the primary suspect of our shiny hunting. Ooh, he's getting big and large. He's taking up the entire box. It is all Bulbasaur. Alright. Okay. Let's go take care of everything else before we start on Bulbasaur adventuring. Jasper, I need to know. Jasper, Battle Cats, did the Jilly come back right when I got the shiny, or like, do you have the best timing in the freaking world, or because you might have been a good luck charm there. I'm not sure. All right, let's empty all our crud muffins here. All right, what am I doing next? Emptying my box. To the professor you go. Finally got a freaking shiny after I don't know how many streams. Started to not believe in him. Yes. There's my shiny one. See, this is why you mark everything, you extra save, and everything else you can possibly do to make sure nothing bad happens. And now we have officially sent the professor over 5,200 Pokemon. Alright, back to sell everything else that's in this freaking thing because I don't need them. But you can use the candies to pump your IVs for your Pokemon. I don't care. If you're telling me my level 60s aren't going to do it for me, then nothing's going to do it for me. Didn't even need the raspberry luck, which is good. So every dollar I can physically earn for right now. And then now we can officially start Bulbasaur. The second I catch that Bulbasaur, because this is the best time to start even trying to catch him. What I'm basically going to try to do is get it to where maybe at least 2 Bulbasaurs are on the screen before I spray my lure. Just to guarantee we can get a chain a little bit easier. Dodge, 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 dodge. Alright, I need a couple Bulbasaurs to spawn here. And there are 0. I could just keep catching Pikachu, obviously, to, you know, force the spawns. But right now they should be spawning because my chain is still intact. Just gonna let things despawn and spawn in. all these Pikachu. Still no Bulbasaurs, though. I want preferably 2 on the screen. They're everywhere. As long as I don't break my chain, we're fine. I just want a Bulbasaur chain, you know, that'd be cool. Bulbasaur, seriously? Like, I'm not asking for much. I'm asking for a green dinosaur thing. Frog? Creature of the plant variety. Okay, there's one. Can I get one more, maybe, Miracle? I could force spawn. I might have to force spawn with this guy. Let's force spawn. Let's force spawn. What even just ran into me? Oh, Pikachu, hi. Things are disappearing, but no Bulbasaurs are appearing, which is not great. The Bulbasaur finally just despawned. There's a new one, though. I want ideally 2, because they're just so rare. They're a 1% chance without a lure. Okay, let's just keep force spawning. It's the best opportunity we're going to have to get a Bulbasaur to come in here. To like check every few seconds just to see. Might have to just go with the one method. I'll go one more round around because that Bulbasaur is about to despawn here in a second. There it goes. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get lucky into the 2 Bulbasaurs. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. We'll just have to go with the one method. I'm just going to hope that the Pikachu chain is strong enough in effect that it's going to just be like, oh, well, we'll spawn a Bulbasaur for you. Probably not, and I'm going to probably have to spray this lure, but you know what? It's fine. Bulbasaur? Darn. I was really hoping that the force spawns would kind of just help me out there, but they won't. It definitely will take a lure, which I think I'll dedicate into the next stream. Because I'm going to go ahead and save and get everything set for what I want to do now, which is record some videos for future content. But you know what? We still got a Pikachu, and I'm very happy about that. I don't know if it will be tomorrow, but for sure here very soon we will come back with shiny hunting within the next hopefully 2 or 3 days at the extreme most. But it's very happy to say we finally have a new shiny on the team. Something less than level 60, you know, with our level 5. What level will this Pikachu get to by the time we get shiny Bulbasaur? That is the question of the day now. But thank you guys so much for joining. Be sure to tune in to our other videos or streams. As for that, though, this is gonna be the Modern Gamer signing out. Yes, I did get it. I did get it. I thought you heard me questioning you earlier. But yeah, I did legitimately get it. You just got to go back a couple minutes, and I did get it. But yeah, see you guys all next time. It's gonna be the Modern Gamer signing out.